Hi everyone, Greeno here, and today on Greeno Eats, I'm going out for breakfast. But no, even though the sun is shining here, I'm not heading down to the beach and sitting in a nice little cafe. I'm heading to a hotel to pick up a magic bag. Now, these are from the Too Good To Go app, which I'm sure you guys are all well aware of now. I've picked up a couple of breakfast magic bags before. I did one from the Toby Carvery in Poole and one from a Mercure Hotel, I think, in Winchester. Today though, I'm heading back into Poole, somewhere a little bit more upmarket. So there's a boutique hotel chain, it certainly operates around the south of the UK, probably throughout the UK, called Hotel du Vin. Now, these are not cheap places to stay in, it has to be said. And I'd imagine if you just walk in off the street and order a breakfast, you're going to be looking at something in the £15 to £20 range. Their magic bag comes in at £4. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get some high quality produce, plenty of it, to fill this belly up. Let's head down into Poole and see what we get. Right folks, so I've arrived here in Poole, parked up in the car park. I've just got a few minutes walk to go and find the Hotel du Vin. So let's have a little stroll, see if we can find it. So here's Poole Quay, looking out over Poole Harbour, Brownsea Island in the background there. This boat here will be taking people on a little trip down there, I guess, or it might even be going along the river into Wareham. We've got the port of Poole there, and just down the back there is where the Sunseeker branded yachts are made. Need a big lottery win for one of those, I think. Obviously, being down by the seaside, there's plenty of fish and chip options, but it's a little bit early in the day. Come back another time. It's quite an interesting contrast you get down here on Poole Quay. So as you can see here, it's a working port there. Lots of quarried material is exported from here. The Isle of Purbeck, which is nearby, is a big kind of quarrying place. And then you scoot just there and you're into the Sunseekers. So you're going from gravel, which is kind of cheap as chips, into these massive yachts, which cost millions of pounds. Pretty much the same as everywhere. There's old Wetherspoons here, right down on the quay front. For anyone who likes that kind of thing, it is not for me. Not a fan of the brand, not a fan of the owner, not a fan of their policies during COVID. Yeah, each their own, but you won't catch me in one of them. Just tucked back off the quay towards the end is this pub here, the King Charles. I wonder if they've seen any uptick in business recently. And here, just set back maybe 100 yards from the quay, is the Hotel du Vin. It's a very nice looking building, isn't it? All the growing plants all over it. Just strange that it's kind of tucked away in a little back street, really. As you can see, I say they couldn't have found a more prominent position, because that looks great. I hope their breakfast is good. Right, so here's what I've been given, 2 boxes. I was going to enjoy it down on Poole Quay, but I've just had a call from my daughter. She's feeling unwell and needs picking up from school, so I guess I'll have to run, pick her up and try it at home. Right then folks, panic over. Kid picked up from school, tucked up in her bedroom, so we can continue with this. So, as you saw, I've got 2 kind of cartons. I think these are biodegradable cartons. One is containing some cold items, and some which were hot items. Now aren't so hot after the drive home. So let's take a look inside and see what we've got here. So we'll start with the cold items. Okay, we've got 3 things in here. So the first one is a nice looking panneau raisin, kind of got a custardy gooiness to it with the sort of croissant based pastry, so that looks quite nice. And then we have 2 actual croissants. So I might warm these up, maybe in the air fryer or something, just to crisp up the outside and warm the middle up. Croissants are always better when they're warm, aren't they? So that's the first box done. What's in this second one? Here we go. Let's get the lid open. We have hot breakfast items in there. So, what have we got? It's not the widest selection I've ever seen by the looks of it. So we have some cooked tomatoes, which seem to be quite well cooked, which is always good. I don't like it when you get tomatoes on a hotel breakfast buffet and they're just warmed and still kind of got that crunchy element to them. Much better when they're properly cooked. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sausages. These look like quite nice sausages. Quite well done. And then, well, I'm not going to pick this up and show you, but I'll bring it over to the camera a bit closer. A big pile of scrambled egg. So there's no bacon or anything in there, no black pudding, no hash browns or potato products, but that's the thing, isn't it? You just get what's left. But I think overall, 4 nice looking sausages, a big pile of scrambled egg, a couple of bits of tomato and all those pastries for £4. That sounds pretty good value. But of course, it all depends how it tastes. So I'm going to get this put on a plate and we'll give it a try. Right then folks, just adding a little bit of pepper here to the scrambled eggs. Here we go. So as you can see there, we've got the sausages, the eggs, the tomatoes here, and I've added a bit of tomato ketchup. Only reason for that, couldn't find the brown sauce, so we've gone ketchup instead. That's fair enough. Now obviously this would have been better if I'd been able to tuck into it pretty much as I picked it up. I think with things like scrambled eggs, you don't really want to try and reheat them, they're just going to go rubbery, so we'll try them as they are. So I added a little bit of pepper to them. I like a nice consistency. Yeah, they're nice actually. Sometimes with hotel scrambled eggs, they can get a bit watery, particularly if they've been sat around for a while. But these are nice and fluffy. They've been seasoned beforehand, so there is a salty taste to them. I still would have added pepper anyway, even if they put pepper in there. I love pepper on eggs. But overall, they're really good. Now, let's try one of these sausages. So they look a good quality sausage. There we go. So nicely cooked. Let's try it first on its own and then we'll try one with some ketchup. That's a very nice sausage. It's just a pork sausage, there's no herbs or anything in there. But it's a very nice quality one. So, very meaty. Like I say, you can see there, it's just the pork. There's no little flecks of herbs or pepper like you might get in a Lincolnshire or a Cumberland sausage. But it's cooked nicely. Oh, that is very, very nice. Okay, now time to try the tomato. Like I say, it looks like they've been cooked very, very nicely. Then, you know, sometimes when you get the hotel tomatoes and you can see they've just been warmed, there's a little bit of charring on the skin on the bottom maybe, but the top and the middle look like they would have done as if you just cut the tomato open basically. And these, you can tell they've been roasted nicely. I think there may even have been a little bit of herb or something on there as well. So let's give that a try. Here we go. You can see nice and kind of squishy. Do we even know that's cold? Really, really tasty. Obviously, the more you cook the tomato, the more that tomatoey flavour intensifies. Again, there is a little bit of seasoning on there too, which kind of enhances the sweetness and the flavour of the tomato. I'll tell you what, if that had been warm, that would have been an absolute winner. Right, I'm going to polish some more of this off. I think, to be honest, if I'd been bringing this home, if there'd been 2 of us, we probably could have shared this. There's quite a lot of scrambled egg here. Obviously, we could have had a couple of sausages each, a bit of tomato. If we just added a couple of slices of toast, maybe some beans, that would be a good breakfast for 2 people, especially with those pastries. Anyway, I'm going to polish it off myself. Okay then folks, so I finished off that breakfast. You know what, it was absolutely great. I mean, would it have been better half an hour beforehand when it was warm? Absolutely. But then I'd have been eating it on a park bench out of the wooden containers or paper containers, whatever they were. But yeah, as you can see here, successfully polished off. The sausages I really enjoyed. They were the highlight for me. Now, while I was eating that, of course, the pastries have been warming up in the air fryer. So I've got a croissant here and I have a pain au raisin. So we'll start with the croissant. Pain au raisin is a little bit sweeter, isn't it? So that's kind of puddingy. The croissant, you can see here, quite crumbly and flaky on the outside, but nice and sort of soft and gooey on the inside. That's not bad. It's not the most flavoursome croissant I've ever had. Let's try a bit closer to the middle. I do like it when they're really kind of buttery. This one, kind of a bit hollow. I mean, it's not bad. Where you've got the sort of crispy bits on the outside, obviously they taste good. Inside, just a little bland. Let's try this pain au raisin. So again, with the pain au raisin, you can see all the sort of gooey, custardy goodness there in the middle with the raisins or sultanas or whatever they are. So we'll try a bit of the outside first and then we'll have a bit of the inside. So the outside bit here, this is a sort of crusty kind of bit with more croissant dough. Already picking up that that's sweeter tasting than the croissant was. But this is the good stuff, isn't it? This is the bit in the middle. This is soft and gooey. It's got the crispy top, but all that custardy goodness throughout. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. Oh, yum, yum, yum. The sultanas in there are really plump and juicy. The custard that's in there has made it really sort of soft, gooey, unctuous. That's delicious. That really is delicious. Right then, so what do I make of that overall? To be honest, I'm pretty happy with it. I'd say £4. I don't think that's bad at all. Is it exactly what I'd have chosen from a breakfast selection at the hotel? No, of course not. I'd have had some bacon, probably a slice of black pudding. There'd have been some toast or fried bread or something like that. But for what was left over, I don't think we did bad at all. They didn't scrimp on it. There was 4 sausages in there, a good healthy serving of scrambled egg. Those tomatoes were good. And having the 3 pastries, I think, yeah, that could have been shared between 2 people easily, just with a couple of extra additions at home. But overall, I think for £4, really good value. Now, the one thing I have noticed with the Hotel du Vin is it's very, very rare that you find they have a magic bag at the weekend, normally only Monday to Friday. So that's something to bear in mind if you're interested in their offering. It doesn't really fit with people who've got a 9 to 5 day job. So bear that in mind. You might not find them on a Saturday or Sunday morning, but if you do happen to catch one, I'd say it's well worth picking one up. Like I say, you might get lucky, you might get some bacon in there as well. I think I'm going to definitely try them again and see how another magic bag from there stacks up against this one. So that is going to be it from me for today. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget you can leave a thumbs up on there for me. It really does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, don't forget to click the subscribe button and ding your little bell for notifications, and you won't miss anything that comes up on the channel. And also, don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll enjoy this breakfast magic bag video too.